Though the universe asked for your hand in this dance, you can still choose to go your own way. But if you choose to let go to the dance of your soul, you may find that you're more than you thought you were.
Good morning.
What a powerful way to begin anything that you do. I've been shown this over and over again in my life of whatever you're thinking, whatever you're intending will happen. And so for today, as you come here, what is your intentions as you set your day, as you set your intentions for what you're going to get out of this?
I'm going to go move that puppy back in the other room because he's just really wanting to be a part of this service.
His intention is to come in and get his attention in church. Hey, George.
A little left go.
Oh.
Say hi, Doze.
Hi, Dozer.
Hey, Dozer. Hey, Dozer.
Dozer. Like, hey.
Okay, I've seen everybody.
Everybody needs a good mascot, and that's ours. But basically, we feel that the power of intention is so incredible that we actually like to use it. Crazy stuff. So we start every day with an intention. Your intention will most often be the roadmap that leads to your destination. Do you choose to have a good experience or a great one? Do you choose to observe or participate? It's all up to you. It's all with the intention that you set. Now, on the bulletin, right, the inside cover, there's this, or you can read it off the screen. If you agree with it, we invite you to read it with us. We utilize our most precious gift of free will to set our intentions and make them known. Today we choose an incredible experience. Today we intend to be a part of the miracle and accept the miraculous. Woohoo!
And I think just for a moment, just take 10 seconds of setting your own personal intention of what brought you here. What is it that you want to get out of today's service? How is it going to change your life?
We're all about action.
Sat down and said, okay, if we're going to do this, what is it that we believe? What is it that we're going to be teaching people? And so
And what's our goal for being here? Was it to have that blow smoke up your skirt and feel good for a day? Or was it more than that? What was our goal? And in order to do that, we had to completely erase our belief system. And we started with just two goals. And that's all we still have is two goals. A better understanding and closer relationship with God and myself, and tools for life mastery. Because the more of life I master, the less I have to spend time down here in the lower vibration things, the more I can spend time up here in the higher vibration things. The lower vibration things, from my own perspective, I see energy, so I see stuff a little different than most folks. But when we spend time in the lower vibration stuff, it ends up being one of the for my own life, my ultimate act of selfishness. Because when I'm in that lower vibration stuff, I'm stuck in my own stuff. And the only thing that matters is me. I have to pay my light bill. How am I going to do this, or relationships, or finance, or whatever. It's all me. When I get out of the lower vibration stuff into the higher vibration stuff, when that stuff just goes on autopilot, stuff gets taken care of, stuff gets paid, I'm in that flow and in that trust, then I'm no longer the focus of my own universe. Then I can listen to guidance and say, how can I help other folks? I can help you with this, I can help you with that, and as I help you, I help myself.
But it's kind of interesting because as we came up with our blueprint, as we came up with the beliefs, and even when we do the subject stuff.
Come on in. Welcome. Come on in, guys. Grab my brochure and what.
Get some chairs.
And so as we stripped away the belief system, and we started with what leads to these two goals. we started to look, and we started to look around, and we started seeing what actually worked in our lives and in folks that we knew.
And we don't just take it from one perspective, we'll put it to the test in all areas of life. We'll start with spirituality. Does this work with spirituality? Does it work with relationships? Does it work with finances? Does it work with all these, with our health and our own bodies? It's like putting it to the test in all areas.
So the back of your bulletin shows kind of a step-by-step of what we came up with. Before there's anything, there's nothing. Before I had a job, I didn't have a job. Before I had a wife, I didn't have a wife. It all starts with nothing. And through meditation, when you go into the nothing, it doesn't take long until you start to find something. And that something is God, is the spirit that's in all things. And it just kind of went and went and went. And we said, well, gosh, there's some folks who really want God, but they don't know how to get there. Well, here's some lights. Love, faith, and connection. That if we can't get to God, we can at least get to the lights that can get us to God. Well, if we can't get to the lights, then here's some pillars. And these pillars will help to get us to the lights. Things like feeling, vibration, truth, relationships, co-creation, commitment, freedom, exchange, communication, purposes, acceptance, and metaphysics. Those things will get us from the pillars to the lights to God. And so it becomes kind of a step-by-step, and as these things begin to layer on top of themselves, kind of a spiritual blueprint of sorts started to form, and that's what we see here. So if you agree with what's on the screen and in your bulletin here, we invite you to say it with us. We believe.
We believe that there is one God, of which we are all a part. We believe that the spiritual blueprint can lead to a greater understanding and relationship with God and ourselves, which leads to life mastery. We help the world as we help ourselves and each other.
How's the temperature in here? Is it too warm?
It was chilly this morning.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Okay.
Yeah, it's winter cold.
We can adjust that.
We have the technology.
It shall be told. So I'd like to start with an opening prayer and a blessing. Lord, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for each person who chose to spend their morning with us, who chose to make us a part of their spiritual journey, and allowed us to become a part of theirs. We bless every person on the planet and the journey that they've chosen, their spiritual path to get to you. We bless every church, mosque, synagogue, sweat lodge, nature, the ocean, meditation, prayer, whatever pathway someone is using to find you, to get closer to you, we bless them and we bless their path. In reciprocation, we ask that they bless us and they bless our path along the journey. We feel so blessed, and the blessings continue to roll in. And we thank you so much for allowing us to be part of that, for the extent of our knowledge and our experience that has led us to the point in life that we're in right now. That we would come together as a bunch of your kids playing in a sandbox, saying, hey, life's a team sport. I like to help you and you help me. Ask your blessing for each person here. Amen.
Announcements. Woohoo! Well, we'll start with the healing room. Every Sunday at 10 o'clock, we've opened up our healing rooms down the second week. So those that are healers, please come. And those that are needing healing, please come.
The healing room is right around the corner. And if you haven't been there, after service, we'll show it to you. It's a nice, comfy place. We've got some great energy set there. And we've got some incredible healers in our midst with all different vocations, techniques, and areas of specialty. And we all take turns as healers, and we all take turns being healed. And so from 10 in the morning until 10:30, just show up. Just show up. It's free of charge. It's just people helping people. There is no qualification, if you will. The only qualification is just feeling led from spirit that you can help somebody. Or feeling led from spirit that you could use a little help, whether that's healing or guidance, energy balancing. We've got an appointment. No matter what that is, but the way that I see it, if somebody is struggling in quicksand and it's raising, they don't need to check your qualifications to see how qualified you are to hand them a stick. the only thing it takes is the willingness to hand the stick and to help pull somebody out. And we give what we want to receive because somewhere along our journey we may be the person in the mud hole saying, there's a stick right there, could you hand it to me? And that's what it's all about. So we invite you to use it every week from 10 to 10:30. Now
Okay.
the big announcement, drum roll. Woo-hoo! We have a new building in Cocoa Village that we'll be moving into as of the 21st of November. It is 9,000 square feet. Huge, huge ceilings. It is amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, we love to utilize these tools because they work, right? So we're going to become our own testimonial for just a second. As many of you know who have been coming, we're kind of pushing the walls out here. Folks having to kind of park a block, 2 blocks away and find a way to walk in and you know, and so we've listened to these things and we say, gosh, then we need a bigger spot. Wherever it is, we really want it to be a win-win situation for us and for whoever's got the building. And here's the things that we'd really like to have addressed. We'd like to have enough room to grow. We'd like to have enough parking that everybody who wants to can come. And we want it to be a win-win situation. And in our own lives, one of the principles that we practice is we love to keep our bills really, really low. And we do that because then we don't have stress of overhead, of, can you give deeper, sister? Can you dig deeper? Come on now. Papa's got a light bill to pay. Come on, we don't want to have the service in the dark now. You know, and so we don't want to do that. We don't want to be that. And so we want to keep the bills as low as possible. But at the same time, simultaneously, we want it to be a win-win situation. We wound up being introduced to a woman who owns a place called Cafe Unique, or the Amish Deli, right up there, named Maria. And she's a great lady. She makes incredible food. And behind her restaurant, she has a 9,000 square foot building that she used to have as a used furniture store, and she's recently opened it up for dinner theaters and comedy clubs, all of a clean nature. She's a spiritual person. She's got a great vibe in there. And her business, she said, she just recently started opening up on Sundays. And she said, this back room really needs to make some money. It really needs to help tote the note. You know, we've got a business to run. And so she'd been praying for the right person, the right people, to come in and utilize that space. Through Papa and a mutual friend, Kat Ned, we ended up having a little meeting with Maria this week. And long story short, she said, I'd really love to have you guys in here. And personally, I'm just, even though this space needs to make money for me, I don't want to charge you a dime to have it. However, I'd like to offer a breakfast buffet to your congregation afterwards for, you know, a fee. And so if, you know, 25, 35, 40 of us come to church and then we have the buffet, then she's got an extra 30, 40 breakfasts being served that week. Now, as we have the space and the parking, we have had, I think we counted about 125 different people into Connections since we opened 12 weeks ago. But due to constraints like parking and room size and these things, obviously we don't have 125 people right now because we just don't have room for 125 people right now. But with 9,000 square feet, we do. There's a room off to the side, which is a way cool room that she said we can utilize for a kids' church. So we can begin to offer that so folks with youngins can come and bring them and they can get spiritually fed and have good stuff. And afterwards, rather than just like right now, we go in the back and we have coffee and cookies and tea and whatever, and we kind of talk a little bit. But and we do the Friday night classes and workshops and cool stuff, but we don't necessarily get rid of the advertisement there from QuickTime, brought to you by. But we don't really get a chance to really just sit down and break bread and get to know each other too much. And what a win-win situation that by utilizing this space and then getting some breakfast, we can hang out and talk for a little bit about, gosh, what'd you think and what's going on in your world and how can we help and what'd you think of the message and all this stuff. And it opens up a wonderful fellowship.